Hi, today we are going to read Jump by Guy Porfirio. I hope you enjoy this really awesome story about a cactus named Barb. Ordinarily, things were pretty quiet in the desert, but this was no ordinary morning, and Barb was no ordinary cactus. Barb, you see, wanted an adventure, but in the desert, nothing ever happened and nothing ever changed until one bright and sunny day, just like all the rest, old Tucker Coyote came a little too close on his way up the path. Barb saw an opportunity. She held her breath and waited. At just the right moment, she jumped. They were off like a shot. Tucker had never moved so fast ever. Barb stuck on for dear life. Tucker ran in circles, jumped in the air, and rolled on the ground. Then he ran straight for a rocky cliff and stopped. Barb kept going and never looked back. Whee! Fortunately, there was a nice soft place to land. Before long, she jumped again, only this time she flew higher, harder, farther, and faster than ever. The spirit of adventure had really taken hold of her. Down below, a mighty river raged. Barb dropped in on a group of river rafters floating along in a giant inflatable raft. It was quite a leap, even for her. Suddenly there was a loud pop, and before she knew it, Barb was riding on the luggage rack. Barb coasted down Main Street and got a little carried away at the Museum of Art. She boarded, boated, bulldozed, bobbed, bicycled, and bounced. Barb was having the time of her life. Just when she thought she had seen it all, she spotted the ocean. Barb had never seen so much water in her life. She hopped right in. She jumped with the dolphins, slipped through the seaweed, and bobbed through the bubbles. The more she jumped, the more she saw, and the more she saw, the more she jumped. The world was a marvelous place, and it was getting better by leaps and bounds. It was smack dab in the middle of Barb's big movie debut that a terrible ache began to grow in her heart. What good is having such a great adventure if there is no one to share it with, she thought, and just like that, an idea jumped right into her head. Barb jumped onto the very next cowboy home. Her friends were captivated by her stories of adventure about how she jumped and she flew and she swam and she hopped. But the best part was when Barb unveiled her idea, the Coyote Catapult, the first ever adventure ride for cacti. Even Tucker was happy about his new job. Barb's idea took off in no time. The skies became filled with cacti. Her friends appeared in the most peculiar places by the dozens. In the movie theater, at the bus stop, in the hair salons, on airplanes, and even in the refrigerator. Things weren't exactly ordinary anymore, and certainly not quiet, not by a long shot, which of course is just the way Barb liked it. And that, my friend, is how the jumping cactus got its name. It all started with a brave little cactus with a spine. Now, if I were you, I'd keep a sharp eye out. They do like to travel, and they do love an adventure. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story about Barb the jumping cactus.